Hello, and welcome to today's listening practice. In the next few minutes, you will hear a monologue about volunteering and its significance both for individuals and communities. Pay close attention to the structure. First, I will share a personal story, then discuss broader benefits and challenges, and finally conclude with some reflections. After listening, you may find it useful to review the key vocabulary provided at the end. Let's begin. I still remember the first time I volunteered at a local animal shelter. I was just 17, full of curiosity and eager to do something meaningful outside school. At the beginning, I felt a bit overwhelmed. There were rows of cages, each one containing a different animal in need of care. Yet, once I started cleaning enclosures and feeding the cats and dogs, I experienced a sense of purpose I had never felt before. That morning, I learned that even small contributions can make a big difference. Since that day, I have taken part in various volunteering projects. In college, I joined an environmental group that organized community cleanups in nearby parks. Each Saturday, a group of 20 or so students met at dawn, armed with gloves and trash bags, ready to collect litter. At first, I thought it would be tiring and perhaps a bit boring. Instead, I found the work surprisingly rewarding. With every piece of plastic we picked up, I felt I was actively restoring the beauty of our local green spaces. Volunteering has taught me valuable skills I could not easily gain in a classroom. For example, organizing a group of volunteers requires planning, communication, and adaptability. Once, we had to reschedule a cleanup session because of heavy rain. I learned how to quickly inform everyone about the change and find a new date that suited most people. This experience improved my confidence and leadership skills. It also showed me the importance of flexibility when working with others towards a common goal. Beyond personal growth, volunteering strengthens community bonds. When neighbors and strangers come together for a shared cause, barriers break down. People who might never cross paths in daily life end up chatting as they collect rubbish or plant trees. These small interactions build trust and foster a spirit of collaboration. Over time, I noticed that residents began to take more pride in our local park. They would mention how they appreciated volunteers' efforts and even started to report vandalism or littering to the authorities. However, volunteering is not without its challenges. One of the most common obstacles is time management. Many people want to help but struggle to fit service into their already busy schedules. For instance, someone working full-time may find it difficult to commit to regular weekend activities. To tackle this issue, some organizations now offer micro-volunteering options, short tasks that can be completed in under an hour. This flexibility enables more people to get involved, even if only briefly. Another challenge is the emotional toll that volunteering can sometimes take. In certain environments, such as homeless shelters or refugee centers, volunteers bear witness to difficult realities. I once volunteered at a soup kitchen where I met individuals who had lost their jobs and homes. Hearing their stories was heart-wrenching, and I found myself feeling helpless at times. Still, I realized that simply listening and showing empathy can provide hope and comfort. It taught me that volunteering isn't only about practical help but also about emotional support and human connection. Volunteering also offers long-term career benefits. Many employers value candidates who demonstrate civic engagement and teamwork experience. When I applied for my first internship, I included my volunteer roles on my resume. During the interview, I was able to discuss real-world examples of leadership, problem-solving, and persistence. This helped me stand out and secure a position in a competitive field. On a global scale, volunteer efforts address pressing issues like environmental conservation and disaster relief. In recent years, international volunteering programs have grown in popularity. Young people travel abroad to teach English, build homes, or reforest areas damaged by wildfire. While these experiences can be transformative, they also raise questions about sustainability and cultural respect. Critics argue that some volunteer trips, known as volunteerism, prioritize the volunteer's experience over lasting local impact. To avoid this pitfall, Successful programs collaborate closely with community leaders to ensure projects meet genuine needs. Technology has reshaped how we volunteer. Online platforms now match volunteers with organizations, making it easier to find opportunities based on skills and interests. Virtual volunteering has become especially popular during the pandemic. For example, language enthusiasts tutor children remotely, while graphic designers create promotional materials for nonprofits from their home computers. This shift expands the reach of volunteering beyond geographical limits, allowing skilled individuals to contribute even when they cannot be physically present. Despite these innovations, the core principles of volunteering remain unchanged: generosity, commitment, and a willingness to help. Whether you spend an afternoon planting trees or devote years to mentoring youth, every effort counts. It is the collective impact of small actions that drives social change. When thousands of volunteers dedicate a few hours each month, they can transform communities and inspire others to follow suit. Looking ahead, I believe volunteering will continue to evolve. I foresee more emphasis on measurable outcomes and transparent reporting. Organizations will need to demonstrate how volunteer contributions translate into tangible benefits, reducing homelessness by a certain percentage or cleaning a specific amount of coastline. Meanwhile, volunteers themselves will demand more meaningful engagement, seeking roles that align with their personal values and professional goals. Ultimately, the true value of volunteering lies in its ripple effect. One afternoon at an animal shelter sparked a lifelong passion in me. That passion led me to organize environmental projects, support vulnerable populations, and encourage friends to join me. Together, we built networks of compassion that spread far beyond our initial group. In doing so, we discovered that community service is not a one-time act but a mindset, an ongoing choice to care for others and contribute positively to society. Thank you for listening to this monologue on volunteering. I hope it gave you insight into how service activities benefit both individuals and communities. Remember the key vocabulary at the end of this text, and feel free to review it as you prepare for your IELTS listening practice. Good luck with your studies, and perhaps consider volunteering yourself. You might just discover a rewarding journey like mine.